Let's talk about Riot one last time. Crafting is done as of right now. It's been done, and I already competed. So I want to tell you, crafting is never done until after you wear it, and then you realize what you need to fix in it. And I made a huge leap of faith taking a cosplay of this size and doing my first run with it on competition day. But I only have a few critiques, a few things that I need to fix, and I want to be fully blunt, very honest. I had a few mistakes, this being one. So, as I explained, the top portion is separate from the bottom portion, which was great. That works out great. But I should have just fully installed the top portion into the mask and called it quits. Instead, I made it separate, and when you put on the wig as a try-on, but you leave this on for the try-on, but then day of, you take it off to put the wig on, it doesn't line up anymore. So, gonna be very honest, it happened. And, we had to pop the snaps out of the wig and hot glue them back into the wig. I'm not worried about going in and cleaning that section up. I did it once. I'm fine doing it again. But we did it to this side, and then we went out on the floor, walked around. I did not have the full setup yet. This was still before lunch. So we walked around. The left side kept popping, which made my friend come up to me and just press my head in a dozen times. So, once lunch came, I go, pop that snap, hot glue it. We're just gluing the mask into the wig. I'm done dealing with it. The other thing with the mask not lining up, this did not fully get hidden. I think it stuck out a little bit. I couldn't see it. My friend did not take a picture of it. I did not ask her to take a picture of it. Didn't ask her to explain it. She just said, you can still kind of see the battery pack, and I can't cover it with your wig. And I go, it is what it is. I'm done. We could have covered it in black felt. But tell you the truth, I was like, it is what it is. I have so much on this, and if by any chance they can see a bit of this battery pack behind this and behind whatever hair was there, good for them for finding it. I have no clue if they did find it, but either way, where this was located in that little pouch, my friend was very, very quick to be like turning it on and off. So my concern with her being able to reach the battery pack, it didn't need to exist. The other issue I had, I think I mentioned it before, but I had heavy duty hook and eye systems connecting my pieces together. So my back piece has two straps, one up high, one down low, that connects to one shoulder and then mirrors on the other side. I guess I didn't reinforce one of my brackets, and I lost it in transportation. I have no clue where it went. I pulled this thing out of the box that I traveled it in, and it was gone. So I just pulled an extra from my stash, and we hot glued it, which it held up great. Got to prejudging, went awesome. And I had like 2 hours between prejudging and lineup. I saw a Degrade Man cosplayer and freaked out, and I popped it off. So we excused ourselves. We didn't go all the way back to the hotel to re-glue it. But we found some safety pins in our bag and just safety pinned it back. And again, I wasn't too concerned. The judges already saw me up close. You don't see this at all, but because it was tucked under my shoulder piece. Like, there was no seeing this unless I were to take it off. So I have to go back and fix that for the next time I wear it. And I might need to have some different mindsets for how to make these pieces connect in the way that I want them to. The other thing that got pointed out, and my friend pointed it out the night before, and the judge asked me, which made me go over my prejudging time just by a hair, my forearm pieces. It's consistent of 8 little pieces put together, and there are some areas where, like, they don't fully touch, and you can kind of see the base of it, even though it's black, and it gives that effect that I cut and carved into it. I didn't. They just don't fully touch together like perfect puzzle pieces. There's only like a few little areas like that. And I saw it. I said, screw it. It's black on black on black. You have to get really close to see that. They will see it. Let's see if they ask me about it. And they did. So I'm going to go in and see where they are and see if I can do something that mimics on the mask. I have two different types of paint jobs here. So the gum pieces, the side piece, and the horns have a completely different paint job than the rest of all the pieces on it. So I think I'm going to take this method, this paint job, and make little brackets on my forearm just to cover up those little areas. Probably try to find more of these gold studs, put them on there, and just cover it. The only other option is to fully remove it and scrap it, redo it. Not doing it. Just going to cover it with bracket pieces to kind of mimic the mask work. And I think that helped tie this look into the rest of it. Because this two different paint job style I did. You don't see it anywhere else on the cosplay. And that's kind of odd in my opinion. Otherwise, everything else about my cosplay went very well. I felt fine in the teeth. I had a few little mishaps with my teeth. Like I lost a middle one back here while talking to a random person at the con. And my friend had to pluck it off my tongue. But I think my biggest concern was my nails. I made them, I ran with whatever length they came. I should have trimmed them back a little bit so I felt a little bit more comfortable in them. But beginning half the day, I kept popping them off. And then eventually I got them to fully cure. It was great. And then I popped two more off on stage. And I left them on stage for whoever had to clean that up. I'm sorry, you found two of my nails. It happened. So, besides the few little random fixes, the nails were... I need to reconsider the size of the nail. And I kind of like the bright red. But I think I tried to apply the crackle nail polish to be more crackle over just the streaky crackle. Does that make sense? I don't have them anymore to show you, but I heavily applied it and it made it really thin strips of crackle. And I want really thick strips. But yeah, nails were a pain. And lastly, I only had like 30 seconds to stare at myself fully in gear, like long enough to snap a selfie. And then we left the hotel room. It was like, my prejudging was at 3:30 and it was like 3 o'clock and we're just standing there. I'm like, I don't know how I feel because I didn't really get to look at myself. But then I ran into my friends and they gave me the biggest confidence boost because like, hot dang, they just made me feel really good about myself. But then they talked their friend into giving me a photo shoot, and I'm waiting for the digital version of this. But, like, getting to see this right before going into prejudging made me really happy and really confident about myself. So, even the hard questions, like, why did you do that to your forearm piece? How did you do that to your mask and connecting it to the wig? Those two questions, I really fought through not to tell them the truth because you don't need to tell the full truth. You just need to tell most of it. You don't have to tell them that you were hot gluing stuff onto your wig 20 minutes prior. You just gotta tell them how you did it. Oh, it snapped onto the wig. No hot glue. So yeah, I feel really good. I got this awesome print from Dax. I'm waiting for the digital to share it so I can actually officially tag them in nicer work than just a picture of a picture. And I got second, so I get to go to Indy PopCon for free next year. And I'm really excited. Hopefully the next time I get to wear Riot out, it won't be the full gear, but if I get to compete with him again, I want to go bigger and I want to go to a bigger con, a bigger contest, because he's larger than life, honestly. And I want to go in and fix those things. But for now, Riot is done. He is in storage. And the whole 2-month process is done. So thank you if you watched along.